Hey everyone, we're back here. Longballs, Shortballs, Game 3, their best-of-3 series. Colin Pelag on the mound for the Longballs. Nate Smith leading off for the Shortballs.
Elimination game, Paul.
Elimination game. Longballs won Game 1 on a walk-off in 7 innings, 1-0. Shortballs fired back, 2-0 win in Game 2.
And this is exciting stuff. I love when it's like do-or-die situations. It brings out the best, I think, in pitchers and hitters, and I get to see some pressure. There's a leadoff K, strikeout looking.
So interesting here going with Colin.
Yeah.
He's their third pitcher.
I think it's also interesting that the Longballs are batting 4. Yeah.
Oh, they are batting 4.
Yeah. Wait.
Maybe they're DHing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Teach him who the future is. Come on, stay hot. Let's go, Teddy.
1 out. Nobody on base here. Nice little riser outside corner by Colin. He has a good arm, good assortment of pitches too. Yeah.
He's historically he's been the best pitcher in Ridley Park. Just hasn't translated outside either here or the NWA tournament.
He seems confident and pumped up on the mound there.
My guess is Sean. My guess is they didn't like what they've been seeing of Sean. They got to save Tommy for later. So Colin's pitching well. If he can win this, that's huge.
He's throwing hard too. Yeah. I never want to speculate, Paul. You just never know how Tommy's arm is, too. Hopefully everything's good and no tweaks or anything. 2 outs, nobody on.
So what do you think about that, Nick?
That's a very interesting lineup, yeah. Sooner or later, I think Wiffleball is going to have to address the whole pitching from the mound situation.
It looks like the last showers passed, and we avoided them, so hopefully,
that's awesome.
Hopefully from here on out we're good.
Hey, look, you even have the sun above us trying to pop out. For a few seconds at least. Low drop there. Good battle up there for Frankie. Yeah, there's 0-2, now it's full. Colin was able to rebound there for 3 straight strikeouts.
He looked really good that first inning.
He did. Yeah, he tried different pitches, everything. 1, 2, 3 inning there for Colin, and now we're heading to the bottom of the first. 0-0, and this is unlimited innings now until somebody scores. 5 innings and then unlimited extra. No total bases here.
So behind us, we've got Game 2 of the Juggernauts Earl series going on. You see Devin Torres on the mound for Earl. You hear Connor Young. You'll probably hear him even when we're not on this broadcast. Gets Ben Stantz, probably for the first out. Juggernauts looking for the clean sweep. Could be hard to do against Earl.
Devin looks good too, painting outside corner there. Frankie on the mound here for Shortballs. Paul, do you know who pitched Game 2 for Shortballs?
Frankie.
Okay.
So Frankie going back to back here.
And he must have looked good. They're out there 1-2-0, so. Frankie has a nice loose arm, and you get the feeling he could throw 20 innings every day.
Frankie's been one of the workhorses. Looking at the drop 100 for this year, he's been one of the workhorses in all of Wiffleball. Ridley Park uses two out innings, but if you convert that to 3 out innings between Ridley Park and MAW, he's already thrown over 100 innings.
Yeah.
He threw some innings at the Keystone games, so he's got more innings here. So he's going to be up to like 120 or so, and that's about as much as anyone gets to.
That's impressive, yeah. It's a loose arm, He has a good build for a pitcher too. Yep. Good leg drive, good wind up. Two balls, 1 strike here for Colin. The Longballs are their home team, so that gives them, slight advantage as the game goes on too when it's tied. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, this is Game 3 of a best-of-3. Longballs took Game 1 at extra innings, 1-0. Shortballs rebounded and win 2-0 last game. The winner of this game goes to the finals to face the winner of the Juggernauts and Earl. Leadoff walk there for Colin. Opposite field, foul ball. Tyler drove it the other way, just couldn't keep it fair. Frankie, a couple pitches now. I know he doesn't do it every time. He's a little different, but he starts on the side of the mound, then steps to the mound. There he does it, doing it again. Sometimes he does it consistently. Sometimes for a few pitches he doesn't. This is a big at bat. You know, you don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, the leadoff hitter's already on. You don't want to have multiple guys on base. Good low drop there.
That's a perfect spot. He did exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, it was disguised as a strike. It looked like a strike, and then it fell way below the zone. Sean chases a high one there. Low and outside. Yeah, good pitch. I like that location. Ooh, inside corner, hard slider. Another strikeout. So you got 2 outs, man on first. Dylan coming up for long balls here. A double now with 2 outs would clear the bases. Outside drop, Dylan chases there. It was high and outside. 0-2.
No, they're not. Yeah, no, they're only.
Frankie looking a little tired after that pitch, though.
Dylan wasn't in the field.
Kind of went down, hands on his knees there. Low and inside. Little slider. Yeah, I actually was just thinking that rule. Because Tommy was in the outfield. Another strike, 3 straight strikeouts from Frankie after getting a leadoff walk. He was able to recover here and get 3 straight strikeouts. We're going to head to the top of the second. It's 0-0. And a do-or-die matchup between the long balls and short balls. Well,
All right, so Jack Liberio leading off for the Shortballs.
oh yeah, I put their lineup in wrong. Good eye there. Got hit in the leg. Good cut there by Jack.
So 1 out, nobody on top of the second, no score here. Shortballs, long balls. So elimination game 3 of the semifinal series. Earl and Juggernauts in game 2 behind us.
Good quality at bat here. This game's gonna meet the expectation of being a battle. Don't you get the feeling, Paul? A deep fly ball by Earl, crushed right center. A good I would say 10 feet past the right center field wall. Huge home run by Earl to try to keep their season alive. Nate's up here for short balls.
Come on, Rye.
Oh, nice high heat there to get him chasing. Okay, man up first, 1 out. Teddy coming up for the short balls.
I blame NWLA.
Well, no, that's what it is. Hey, plenty of game left, right?
Here comes
Head up, let's go.
2 strikes here. Colin seems like he reaches back for something extra whenever he needs it. I mean, he throws hard to begin with, but long extended Kevin Brown-like windup there.
This is impressive from Colin. This is, I like to see I like to see this from him.
Yeah, he looks confident out there. 2 outs here, man up first. Frankie coming up. Good cut there, fouled it off.
Great swing, Frankie. Hey, anything's coming now, let's go. No run.
0-2 now.
Let's go.
0-2, 2 outs, man up first. Good screwball drop there, outside corner, hard too. Strikeout looking to end the inning. So after the leadoff walk, 3 straight strikeouts by Colin to end the threat. So we're heading to the bottom of the second, and there's zeros. We're going to work on getting the score of the other game. We do know that Earl hit a home run. Huge home run, but I think it was Jordan that hit it, right, Paul?
It was Jordan off of Ryan.
Opposite field, too. He crushed it.
Jordan back up. So.
I think there was something on base, too. Both these teams, all 4 of these teams are so evenly matched that anything can happen any inning, any game. So as announcers, it's just nice for us to observe some of these crazy situations. Tommy leading off here for the Longballs. So that home run by Jordan was a solo home run, so it's 1-0 Earl in game 2. Earl needs to win. They're down 1-0.
So Tommy Loftus leading off, quickly ahead 2-0.
Oh, I like that. Good drop. I think Tommy's the one batter in this lineup, Paul. You want to make sure you go after that. You don't want to walk. You want to make sure you get on him, and I think that's smart by Frankie there. Good, comfortable pitch there to get him. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, just outside. Good idea. Good take by Tommy.
You don't want to take any of these guys lightly, but he's the guy that you want to get out.
Full count pitch here. Great at bat by Tommy there. Good hold. Check swing there. Just below the zone. So leadoff walk. So this is the 3rd straight inning that there's been a leadoff hitter on. Longballs had a leadoff hitter on in the top of the first, or bottom of the first, and the bottom of the second, and Shortballs had a leadoff hitter on the top of the second. Colin crushes one. Oh my God! Blast to left field on top of the trees. Just stayed fair on the line. I mean, it was crushed. Very hard, very high, walloped. One of the hardest home runs probably this season at MAW. One of the furthest home runs at MAW.
That was Jimmy Cole-esque.
Yeah, I mean, it actually was probably like 5 feet away from being over the trees. So it was a huge home run and a blast. Towering home run. It's hard to even do that in a home run derby, never mind a game. So it gave him a 2-0 lead after the leadoff walk. Huge home run. So 2-0 Longballs right now in game 3. So Frankie, after giving him a home run like that, Paul, he just needs to kind of regroup, settle down. Actually, his teammates not being able to find the ball probably helps him. Yeah. It helps him calm his nerves a little bit more and, regain his focus, because 2-0 is, you can come back at 2-0. So that's fine. But wow, Colin doing it on the mound, doing it at the plate. And that was a no-doubter. The only thing was, is it going to stay fair? But it was absolutely fair. It was like exit velocity was very high on that.
Yeah, on shaft to left field, that's the furthest home run I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, if the trees weren't there, who knows where that would have landed. It almost went over the trees. It's not even exaggerating. It was about 5 to 10 feet away from clearing the branches on top.
Yeah, Colin really is a very underrated player. He's had a great offensive season. Today we see him on the mound too.
And as soon as he hit it, he was cheering. He didn't even leave the field yet. Come on, Dad.
He's the guy you're going to be hearing. He's the guy, his name, if you don't know now, you should.
Yeah. Huge home run. Changes the momentum of this game.
Just like that.
Yeah. Good pitch by Frankie here. He needs to regroup and hold him. He can't. I mean, literally can't get up any more runs. Colin looks like he's in the zone on the mound, and they always have Tommy is coming up as a relief pitcher if they need him to.
Tommy's got a couple balls in his hands.
Sun trying to pop out again, getting some sunshine in the fields. Frankie clearly looks frustrated on the mound. You can tell by his nonverbal communication out there. High pitch, another walk. So this would be a good time for somebody in the short balls to come over and say a few words to Frankie and try to calm him down and fire him up.
Slow down the tempo, get him back in focus.
Yeah, good pitch there. He clearly, you could tell by his mannerism, he's a little combination of dejected and fired up at the same time. If you haven't seen that home run by Colin, so make sure you see it later, whether you go back to the beginning of the game or you wait for the post later this week from when they put the video up. It was crushed. I don't know. There's a lot of home runs in this field. That's one of the top ones as far as how hard it was hit and how far it was.
Especially to left field. We've seen some shots to right, but not like that to left.
Yeah. Good pitch there by Colin. By Frankie. One out here, man on first. Dylan coming up for Longballs. Frankie gassing him there. High heat. Dylan has a tendency to chase a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he's an aggressive hitter. And this game's far from over.
Yeah, it really
Colin's
is.
pitched, 2 really good innings, but like we said, he's had his struggles in MAW.
Dylan crushes it left field, and it's
also gone.
right over the 100-foot sign. Jack and over Tim Cook out there. 3-0 or 4-0. It was a 2-run homer. 2 home runs. 2-run home runs. I don't think it was an inside slider.
Yeah.
And then he was able to get the bat head down and just elevate it.
I think it caught a little too much of the plate. I think Frankie wanted that a little more inside.
I do think that the short balls made a mistake here. You can't necessarily blame Frankie with all of his emotions and being that young, but as they grow older, Paul, I think you're going to see them kind of regroup and somebody go out there and just stop the play for like a minute and just talk to him and let him know the scenario and what to do from now. But
no, exactly.
Yeah, you needed to stop the bleeding.
And they'll learn from that.
It's easier said than done from where we are. Wiffleball, especially a pitcher, is a very emotional time out there, especially to give a home run that's that far. And another home run in the Earl field. I don't think it might have been Devon opposite field. Home runs galore right now in Game 2 for Earl and Juggernauts and Game 3 here.
So just to recap here, we're at least 2-0 Earl over the Juggernauts and 3-0 here Longballs over Shortballs.
4-0 here, Paul.
4-0, sorry.
Yeah, I made a mistake before. It was a 2-run homer. You had a walk by Tyler and then a home run by Dylan. Then Tommy just struck out there. So 2 out. So it was walk, home run, walk, home run. Colin, opposite field, fly ball. Nice running catch by Jack. Right by the 100-foot sign. He saved the double. Very, very good defense there. At the end of 2, the score is 4-0 Longballs.
Looking over here at the Earl Juggernauts game. Trying to get a score update in a second. Again, it's at least 2-0. Jordan Robles had a home run earlier in the game, I think the first inning. Devin Torres just added one of his own. This is game. Earl and Juggernauts are only in their second game, even though Longballs, Shortballs are in Game 3 here. Looks like Longballs are going to make a pitching change. They're going to talk about it.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to...
I got it. It looks like Colin's back out.
It's good to have different options, but sometimes you don't want to overthink things, Paul,
Yeah.
I mean, 4-0 lead is significant, but it's still come back on.
But you can always pull him if you can give him a short leash.
Yeah.
You can give him a couple batters.
Especially since Tommy has experience coming in as a relief pitcher
Yeah.
too. I mean, Collins, ridiculously impressive. One guy got on base. It was a walk, and otherwise he has all Ks.
Exactly.
Hey, roll it. Let's go, Rod. Come on.
Jack leading off here for short balls.
Come on, Rod.
Important for the short balls to get some guys on this inning because they're starting to run out of time a little bit. 5-inning game. 2 straight balls here. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good job.
Good cut by Jack, but actually ahead of the pitch. You don't hear that often going against Colin.
Go, Ryan.
It would maybe take a little bit off it to get a strike, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third.
Good job. You guys, come on. Go, Rod. Come on.
A check swing there, fouled it straight back, just missed the strike zone. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right there. Good pitch, Rod.
Low and outside. Good at bat. Battling here. The one thing that Colin needs to maintain is keep throwing strikes. Sometimes he could be a little bit wild. Oh, good low riser there for the strikeout. Different look. When a tall pitcher does that, it throws you off. So we're at the top of the third here, game 3. So this is the deciding game to see who goes to the finals. It's 4-0 long balls on 2 2-run home runs. Colin hit the first 2-run home run that was crushed to left, and then Dylan followed up that same inning, last inning, with a 2-run home run. Nate up for the short balls. Good change. One of the better changeups you're going to see. It was very high and it came low. A huge drop there. That's sick. Started very high. You thought there was no chance that it was going to come back in the strike zone. Those are some of the things you could do when you're winning 4-0. You kind of are confident to try some new things. Teddy up for the short balls. Trying to start a little rally here.
Come on, Teddy. Start it up, baby. Let's go. Not out yet. Come on.
Chases a high heat there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin's been very effective this game. He's actually looked almost unhittable. Oh, as I say that, a hard hit ground ball up the middle. Nice hit. Nice hit.
Come on. We're still playing. Let's go.
A 2-out single. Hard shot up the middle. Colin's first hitting game of the day. 2 outs, man on first. And Frankie coming up. And the Earl game we got confirmation, it is 2-0. You have 2 solo home runs over there. One by Jordan, one by Devin. Outside. Frankie up here with 2 outs, man on first. Let's see if the short balls get a little rally going, getting their first hit there.
Come on, hey, stay with it, dude. Come on. Let's go, big dog. Come on. Need you on. Let's go.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Frankie seemed a little frustrated there. He didn't do something with that pitch. Swung through it. Good low drop by Colin to get out of the inning. So after 1 base runner, Colin was able to escape. We're through 3.5 or 2.5. We're heading to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 long balls. Leading off for the long balls in the bottom of the third will be Tyler, then going to Sean, and going to Dylan. So if you're the long balls here, you're up 4-0. You don't want to feel too comfortable. You want to try to add on here to keep extending this lead and try to make this game unreachable. Short balls are changing pitchers. You have Nate coming in now. So Shortballs are trying their best to hold them here to get no more runs.
One more. Here we got 2.
One thing I want to say about Frankie might get 4 runs today, but he's been a heck of a pitcher all season long. Even today, the game before, home runs are a part of Wiffleball. It happens, so no matter what happens, he had a great season on the mound. And he will continue to have a great Wiffle career, whether it's Ridley Park or MAW. Nate's goal here is to make sure he holds them down here. He don't want to give any more. Because 4-0 at least is get bases loaded, grand slam, ties it, or a little rally. If he starts getting 5 or 6 or 7-0, it becomes very, very hard. I mean, it's hard as it is, as good as Collins pitching, and then having Tommy as ready in relief. Runs are going to be very hard to come upon, but it's not impossible. Devin's still on the mound for Earl in the other game over there. Earl's up 2-0 in game 2. Earl lost game 1 to Juggernauts, so they're trying to stay alive and make it to game 3. As Devin just gets Stan striking out, swinging on a high pitch. Leading off for the Longballs is Tyler versus Nate. Lefty on lefty.
I may have just hit 4 matters. Even if I had it, I may have just.
You don't see too many lefty on lefties, I guess. But two straight balls from Nate here. He's another pitcher who starts off the mound and then goes to the rubber when he pitches inside. Screwball drop. Hard hit ground ball up the middle, off the fingertips of Teddy for a single. Leadoff single for Tyler. A lot of opposite field hits today, especially from the lefties. Man on first, no outs. Sean coming up. Low pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ooh, high slider hit the top of the black there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Screwball low. So Nate, it seems like he features a riser, slider, screwball drop. Nice easy motion. Good screwball down and away for the strikeout. I like that pitch sequence. 1 out. Man out first. Dylan coming up. Last time Dylan batted, hit a 2-run homer to left field. It was a high home run compared to Colin hit a high and a just a line drive shot. So 2 different types of home runs last inning for Longballs when they hit their 2-run homers. Good screwball for a strike by Nate. He even slipped on the mound a little bit too. It's a little wet out there. Inside, good take. Got 1 ball, man out first, 1 out. Oh, foul tip by Dylan there. Bottom of 3. Remember, we played 5 innings, so if it goes to extras, it's unlimited till somebody scores. And way inside, hits Dylan on the hip. Full count here. Now it's become really still, not much wind, not much drizzle, so hopefully it stays like this. Good take by Dylan. So he showed good patience, not at bat. Previous games and innings, he's been very aggressive. Tommy come up first and second, 1 out. So Nate's doing a good job of keeping it low, but it's been lower and lower, and he's not getting the long balls to chase. Just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. So he's gotten a little wild here. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike, first and second, 1 out. Let's see if he can make a recover here. Tommy with a single up the middle to load the bases. So Tommy got the green light on a 3-1 pitch and ripped it up the middle. I thought it was going to hit the wall to score a run, but now we got bases loaded, 1 out. Colin's coming up. So remember last inning, Colin hit a blast. So let's see what he does with bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. This might be a dangerous situation from Nate if he throws one of those sliders.
Yeah.
And as you heard Dylan yell at Colin too, be smart, walks another run, which is true. Even though you hit a great home run last inning, you don't want to overdo it and extend the zone too much here.
Well, I'm thinking about this too. Like, this is a little away from Tommy, but they have bases loaded, right?
Yes, bases loaded, 1 out here.
So I mean, they're not all that far. A big hit here, they're not all that far away from 10 runs. That'd be huge if you could, get the mercy rule and save your,
Good clutch pitch there by Nate. He did get Colin to extend his zone a little bit down. The low drop it looked like. Yeah, you're right, Paul. I mean, I think the thing is, Dylan had the right approach there, saying, like, don't try to be a hero just because his bases loaded.
I was agreeing with that. Yeah,
but a grand slam would have changed
but
things.
Get as many runs as you can, walk there, then, get a few hits. They want to keep piling them on is all, is the point.
Yeah. The less innings and less pitches you have for a pitcher, the better, too.
Yep. Especially since it looks like Earl Juggernauts are heading to a 3rd game. They can, if they can hold on here, save some of their pitchers, they can relax, get their game plan together. And
Devin's still on the mound for Earl out there. Good take by Tyler. Started in the middle of the plate and just kept curling to the outside the zone. Down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. So 2's all around. Another good. What a battle up there for Tyler.
Especially against the lefty. They've got some deception and coming in. The ball's going around them.
And he's starting off the mound. He's lefty coming to the, there's a lot of moving parts here, which might also be contributing to some of his wildness. Drills Tyler. Bases loaded here. See, at this point, Paul, you don't want to groove it, but you definitely want to throw a strike because you don't want to have to give a 5th run. Just high. Good at bat. Tyler fought off a couple of pitches there. Able to work a walk. So now it's 5-0 long balls. Bases loaded. Sean's coming up. I think it's going to be, if the short balls do fall short here, Paul, I think it's a great learning experience for them.
Without a doubt.
How to handle these huge games, and because they obviously, you could see they all dejected. I think it's still coming. It's 5-0, but still, it's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time, and so we don't want to write the eulogy on the short ball season. Yeah, I'm sure when that time comes, there's a lot to say, and all of it is positive about the season they've had.
Yeah, no matter what happens, they've had one of the most surprising and one of the most successful seasons. It's surprising, but it's not surprising. Good pitch by Nate, clutch there, strikeout looking and a low drop. So the end of 3, we got 5-0 long balls.
Looking here on the Earl Juggernauts game.
Yeah, and that game is 2-0 Earl in the top of the 4th. Juggernauts batting here, Devin versus Sarno right now. That's their game 2. Earl's trying to force a game 3. Devin gets Sarno out in a high heat there, so now they're heading to the bottom half of the inning. So still 2-0 Earl. This game we're heading to the top of the 4th. And it's 5-0 long balls. The big inning was the long balls in the 2nd had 2 2-run homers, one by Colin, one by Dylan that made it 4-0. In the last inning they scored on a walk. It was a battle by Tyler fouling off numerous pitches against Nate to make it to 5-0. So Jack leading off here for Shortballs. They're trying to get base runners now at this point, Paul.
That's all they need, yeah.
And if you're Colin, you don't want to give any freebies. No freebies at all. You'd rather give a solo home run than a walk. Make them hit the ball. Oh, so this is the most the sun's been out all day.
It's nice. Feels great.
Oh, good. I said it before. Colin throwing that low riser pole is so hard to see as a batter because you have a big guy going low, keeping it low. It's hard to see and it's hard to hit. Especially when he doesn't throw it that much. Going back to the changeup, he had a wonderful changeup a couple innings ago that started like, I don't know, almost 15 foot high and came down the zone. Even he seemed surprised by it. That was actually one of the better changes I've seen. It was crazy.
He definitely just seems to be in one of those, one of those grooves like everything's going right for you, and you kind of don't expect it. I'm sure he didn't expect a pitch today.
Yeah.
And now he's a couple innings away from pitching long balls into the finals.
And this happens with pitchers too. If you are able to also have some fun, I think it helps you.
No, without a doubt, to be able to relax.
High heat there. That's a hard pitch to hit. Jordan with a second home run there, so I think that's 3-0 Earl now. 3 solos, it looks like. 2 by Jordan, 1 by Devin. Opposite field by Jordan. He has 2 opposite field ones. Jordan has very good opposite field power. Good pitch, fouled it straight back. So now you got 2 outs here. Teddy coming up for Shortballs. You got 2 outs here. Top of the 4th. Shortballs are rapidly running out of outs here.
Yeah, down to 4 now. Colin's in his zone when he's chasing down a hit by pitch because
he throws so hard it bounced off of his arm.
He thought it was hit.
Good cut by Teddy. Teddy had a single last inning. Colin's performance right now, Paul, might be the most impressive pitching performance so far at the tournament. Wild pitch there. Nobody on. Colin doing a little hop there in that pitch. He does some different things on the mound too. That's like a new school thought, I think. A lot more people do it the last couple of years than they did it in the past.
Yeah, it's I would say the last 10 years. It's really been a golden stick thing.
Oh, I smelled the grill from here. The announcers, good at bat by Teddy. 2 straight games, 2 straight innings. He had a good at bat. Last inning he had a single. This at bat worked a walk after 2 strikes. Frankie coming up for the Shortballs. 2 outs, 1 on.
And this is really, this is where you can turn things around quickly.
Yeah.
Colin's still concentrated, but you can kind of see all the rest of the long balls have kind of, lost a little bit of their concentration. Short balls are kind of relaxed, nothing to lose now.
Yeah, because if you're able to put like 2 across now, it makes next inning a lot more doable. But if you're down 5 in the last, it's tough. Like the barbecue smoke is choking me up here.
Oh, it smells great.
It does.
I would just eat like.
I'm starving thinking about it.
Yeah, I would eat the charcoal. I don't know if I'd eat the charcoal, but like that's how hungry I am. That's how good that smells.
Yeah. Colin gets the strikeout there, and Frankie is swinging. So heading to the bottom of 4th, it's 5-0 Longballs.
So Juggernauts get out of the inning. They're in between innings there. It looks like 3-0 Earl over Juggernauts.
And I think it's the last inning for the Juggernauts coming up. Tim's going to go try to confirm that for us.
So if Earl holds on to this game, that series goes to a game 3. We'll have that on Chef for you guys next. On a new stream, and then coming up sometime after that, maybe a little break in between, I don't know, will be the finals.
Shortballs might be going another pitcher here this inning. Looks like Frankie might return to the mound. They went to Nate, and now it looks like they're switching back. Teddy looks like he might be having some arm soreness. Tommy, who's going to be a physical therapist, right?
He's studying to be a physical therapist.
Is looking at him over there. His first patient.
He's a good candidate for that. He's always hurting himself in some way or another. A couple years ago in Ridley Park, he ran into a fence, cut himself, completely open. He's had some arm trouble, but yeah, he helps a lot of guys here in Mid-Atlantic with any sort of little arm troubles, just helping them preventive type stuff, stretches, exercises.
To age myself, Paul, so Teddy was going over there, and he goes, I think I need Tommy John surgery. And my first game I ever seen of baseball was 1987 in July. I can't remember the exact date, but Tommy John was the pitcher for the Yankees that day.
Yeah, you are dating yourself.
I saw some great players. I saw them play the Royals. It was Tommy John on the mound. The Yankees had Mattingly, Henderson, and Winfield out there. The Royals had Bo Jackson on the team, George Brett, and I can't remember a couple other guys too. But there were some great players in that game that I saw.
Yeah, that's a bunch of ball stars. All right, about ready to get underway. Looks like Frankie back on the mound for Shortballs after Nate Smith worked the last inning.
Dylan leading off for the Longballs, bottom 4, 5-0 Longballs right now. So the Longballs are going to continue to want to have quality at bats to keep their momentum going for not only this game, whatever's left of it, but also for the finals too, if they were to go there. You don't want to give away at bats ever, because then it puts you into bad funk then sometimes if you swing at things you usually don't swing at and things like that. Let's see how Frankie could do this inning.
Yeah, you want to stay, concentrated, even in a game where you're up pretty big, because you're gonna have a big layoff after this if you win this, and you want to keep the focus going, keep the momentum going. Bless you.
Thank you. That's a great point. Dylan's had some good at bats the last couple at bats, a home run, the walk, and now he's not swinging at bad pitches. It looks like Juggernauts are down to their last out in game 2 over there. Connor just made a nice play at second base. Throw the guy out.
Just a heads up, based on the feedback we're getting here, it looks like there's a chance we may lose the stream here in a few minutes. And if we do, we'll immediately start a new stream to give you the end of this game. So just if the stream freezes, just reload on the Mid-Atlantic Wiffle page.
Lead-off walk by Dylan, so he's had 3 straight quality at-bats, which is a good sign for the Longballs for going into the finals. Tommy coming up. Tommy had a good couple good at-bats this game, too. He had a walk and a single earlier on. Up the middle single. Hitting a ball up the middle usually is a good sign that you're doing things right. So it's going to be interesting, Paul. If Earl holds on to win there, do you pitch Devin game 3? You go back to Jordan. I'm assuming you go back to Jordan, but
I think you go with Devin. If you're confident, if you're confident with Connor for the finals, I think you just go with Devin. He's pitched better. Maybe you mix it. Maybe you split it. I don't know.
Yeah, Doug! Let's go! Game 3! Come on, Devin!
Which is, I like watching Devin pitch too, because he challenges people a little bit more than others. He doesn't try to trick people as much as other top pitchers. I think Jordan, obviously, in my opinion, is a better pitcher, but sometimes you go with the hot hand.
Exactly.
There's a hit by Colin. It looks like it's going to be a single. Yep, single.
Yes.
So we got man on first and second, 1 out. And Tyler's coming up. Final score, Earl did win that game over there 2-0 or 3-0. So there will be playing a deciding game. 3-0 it was. So Earl rebounded after losing to the Juggernauts the first game to force us. So Tyler's just hitting the head by a pitch, so now it's going to be bases loaded. That's the rule in football. If you hit in the head or face, it's a walk. Bases loaded here, 1 out. Longball is trying to really put this game out of reach. Right now it's 5-0. Sean up here. Good low strike from Frankie. Low riser. Stayed low, hit the bottom part of the zone. especially for tall hitters like Sean. It's hard to go down there and get the ball unless you're batting up in the batter's box. Ooh, good slider inside. Gassed him there too. Strikeout looking. 2 outs, bases loaded. Dylan coming up. It's 2 outs, guys. So Shortballs thinking it was 3 outs. That kind of sums up the last few innings for them.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody, even major leaguers forget the outs. So, but
And you're behind, you just want to get
you just want
in there.
And when I pitched in the past and had some tough games, you walk off the mound hoping nobody notices. So you got 2 outs, bases loaded, Dylan up, and Dylan's had some, like I said before, Paul. His home run was impressive, but I actually think his 2 walks are just as impressive because he hasn't been expanding his zone. Has been very, very smart up there.
Yeah, like you said earlier, he is aggressive, but I think it's purposely aggressive. I think when he wants to, when he wants to be a little less aggressive, he's got a real good idea of the strike zone.
Yeah. That's going to bode well for the finals for them.
Yeah, they got everyone hitting, and that's pretty big.
So after this game, we're hoping to talk to Colin and Dylan and get a few words out of them. Not just because they both hit the home runs, but because Dylan helps shape the roster, who's pitching, but also, the 2-run home run. Colin pitched awesome and then the home run. We'll see how the rest of the game goes, but that's, if things stay similar. That Earl Juggernauts Game 3, Paul, is going to be a battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a war. I can't wait to see it.
Good pitch by Frankie there. Got Dylan looking to end the threat. So his bases loaded, 1 out. He escaped with no runs. So we're heading to the bottom or top of the 5th. 5-0 long balls. Short balls have one more chance to come back. They're down 5-0. The winner of this game goes to the finals, and the winner of this game, it's looking like the long balls, will play the winner of the Juggernauts, Earl, who they'll be having their deciding Game 3 soon after this game. Colin's coming out for the last inning, trying to complete what he started. Jack's leading off for the short balls. I mean, you get a couple guys on, especially your first couple. You can put a little threat, maybe put some pressure on Colin, hope he gets a little wild. You might even have to force Tommy to come in. You never know. The main thing is you need to get the first couple of base runners on. You cause a problem, cause a little bit of doubt, cause a little bit of frustration, it can help you out. And now Colin's starting off with a few balls, too. And if you're Colin and you're the long balls, you don't want to start thinking ahead to the finals. You need to focus on just closing this game out.
Exactly.
There is no finals until you get there. So 2 straight low risers by Colin that just were ground balls, basically. So if you're a short balls here, Paul, whenever it's 3-1 count with nobody on, you take.
Two. You almost got to take 2.
Later on with guys on base, maybe you do, but good pitch, good take. That's a smart thing to do. Yeah, I would almost think about, as a leadoff hitter, possibly taking this. Unless you see it so well and then you hammer it, you need to have base runners here. Oh, he did put in a play. Check swing. Check swing ground ball to Dylan for second base side. Throw it away. So Jack actually didn't even swing there, Paul. Check swing. He actually hit it hard for a check swing.
That's Dylan pulling himself from the field.
Yeah. That'll probably be my first question if I speak to him after the game. Nate's coming up. Paul, I know there's a lot of laughing going on and stuff, but if Nate gets on, it kind of changes the inning a little bit.
You'll hear that laughter stop, immediately, I think.
You might even see Tommy start warming up. Oh, hit the top of the zone, it looked like. I think it's going to be pretty important to get 3 of the first 4 guys on.
Yeah, I agree. Once you get that first out, you kind of start feeling everything restricted on you, and
yeah, that's why that's a huge error right there. Riser inside for strike 3. Teddy coming up here. Teddy's had a couple good swings today too. He has the lone hit for his short balls.
Teddy's had good swings all day.
Yeah, he had that single in the 3rd inning.
He had the big home run, second game to get them started.
A little bit of a riser change there. Way ahead of it for strike 3. So usually Colin's throwing, I don't know, let's say 75, 80-ish, and that one was probably like 50. Frankie coming up with 2 outs. Longballs are 1 out away, Paul, from going to the finals.
Yeah, punch to the first ticket, and they'll wait. If they do, they'll wait the winner of Earl Jugs Game 3.
And what a season it's been for them too, because they were for the most of the year they were the 1 seed in points,
Yep.
and they didn't make it to the finals until the last tournament. Right? Last tournament.
Last one was their first final.
Yeah, so
of 2019.
And you and I talk about on the podcast, what a change up, that this team is maybe peaking at the right time. So we're hoping to have a couple of long ball players with us to talk about the game, but the long balls will be in the finals, waiting to see who wins between the Juggernauts and Earl. Final score here was 5-0. 2 major parts of this game were 2 two-run homers in the same inning by Colin and Dylan. So what a game. And they beat their arch rival 5-0 and they're going to go to the finals. Is that good, Paul? And we have Dylan and Colin with us. Let's start with Colin here. Awesome game pitched, but walk me through that crazy home run, probably one of the best, furthest and hardest home runs we've seen in this field. What were you thinking, and how did you feel afterwards?
It felt really good. He kept mixing up his pitches and stuff. I was guessing screwball there, and I got it. It was high in the zone, kind of outside. Just put a swing on it and just kind of went.
Were you worried it was going to go foul at all, or did you know you hit it so hard?
Honestly, straight off the bat, I thought it was going to curve foul, and then it just kind of hung up there at the last second. They were trying to argue it. It was like 10, 15 feet fair, though.
All right, well, now talk about your right arm. You had everything working. That sick changeup, I think it was the second inning, was like 15 foot high and came down. How'd you feel in the mound? Obviously, you felt good, but, was it one of your better games you pitched?
Yeah, very comfortable. The second half of the season, after we left Michigan for the NWA tournament, I came back and I worked on a slider pitch, slider riser overhand, and ever since incorporating that, I felt really good, confident with all my pitches actually. So it's nice having like 3 to 4 different pitches you can throw so they don't sit on just one pitch.
Awesome. And walk me through, Dylan, your home run too, but I was telling Paul, not just your home run, I think your 2 walks after that were very impressive because you weren't expending the zone.
I mean, I haven't started off good today, but after that home run, I see Frankie pretty well. It just gave me a lot of confidence. I was seeing the ball better, like you said with the walks after that. I just felt like I was more in the zone after that one. But like you said about him pitching, that's the best game I've seen him throw at Mid-Atlantic, so that's a hell of a game from him.
It definitely feels good because I know I can pitch good. I always struggle up here, but it's just nice finally to come and at a big time of the year.
He took a ton of pressure off me too with that swing. I know we're already up 2-0. It's not like my back's against the wall here. It just lets me loosen up and swing, and that's what happened.
Great team victory there. A lot of hits, getting on base and stuff. We played as a team. We've fought back from that Game 2 loss, and just a great game overall.
And how proud are you of the Shortballs too, making it to the semis and making it to the Game 3?
No, it's great. They had their really hot start, and they started to kind of fall off towards the end. But I mean, at the end of the day, we wish them the best. If they're not playing us, we want them to beat whoever they're playing.
Oh my bad.
You got it.
Shout out to Frankie too.
Yeah.
We always bust on him. He had an amazing year coming back. Yeah. Last year, we saw glimpses of him becoming a good pitcher. This year, ever since the first Mid-Atlantic tournament, that game against the Jugs, they upset him. In pool play, the first game, he's just been on fire all year. Definitely turned into an ace.
What do you guys think of this battle? It's about to happen, another Game 3. What are your thoughts on who you might face?
I mean, I'm gonna put it blunt. I'm like 1-8 against Soup all time, and we've never scored a run off of Sarno. So either way, it's gonna be a tough game. But the way we're hitting, the way everybody's throwing, I feel like we got a chance.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea what you might do pitching wise?
I mean, if you saw the first 2 games in our series, we switched everybody after max of 2 innings. So I think Knockbar will probably be done for the day. We might work in Sean again, but after Colin threw like that, I think we're gonna probably ride Colin and Tommy and kind of mix it up.
I got some left in me, so I think I can throw. And Tommy's good to throw too. It's nice having his.
He didn't throw too much, so that was good. We had to use him a decent amount in Game 1 against the Shortballs, but he didn't throw it all in Game 2. So.
Well, awesome, guys. Congratulations. Good luck in the finals, too.
Thank you.
And that's the end of the game. It was final score 5-0 Longballs in Game 3, and we'll be going to Game 3 of the Juggernauts, Earl, and seeing who plays them in the finals.